and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for everybody's least enjoyable topic. We have to talk about injuries, and none of us want to. I didn't want to, and actually today I was making a nice, enjoyable news roundup for you, because that's why today it is going to be a double upload day. You are going to see that video, full reaction to Barca's win over Oviedo yesterday. Lots of good things that we had to celebrate from that game, but now we've been rocked by more injuries. So that's why right here, we had to round everything up. There is a number of issues for us to discuss, and we are also going to be looking a little bit ahead to the upcoming PSG game. There's not only problems for us, but there is also problems for them too. So it's all on the way. Get yourselves ready. And let's just do this. Because, okay, why don't we actually start, first of all, with some good news? Let's start here with a bit of optimism in today's video. Because this morning, both Lamine Yamal and Alejandro Balde, they both returned to the full training session right there. They both completed the full session with the rest of the group this morning, and that means they are now both 100% recovered from their injuries, which, let's be honest, that is absolutely fantastic news there. We are talking about two influential players in Lamine Yamal and in Alejandro Balde. And I would just say, guys, over the past few games, maybe at first it was okay, for a while, but I think we really have started to miss Yamal's creativity. I mean, we all knew that we would at some point. It was inevitable, given the quality of the player that we're talking about. But certainly they're looking at the game against Oviedo. At times they are looking for some magic to unlock some of these defenders. So I think, Yamal and Balde coming back, that is absolutely huge for us. Now, what we're expecting is that both of them will be involved on Sunday there against Real Sociedad, providing there are no setbacks, which as of right now, they are looking good, so they should be involved on Sunday, and that then means that they could both be in line to start on Wednesday next week against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. So right now, for Yamal and for Balde, they're on track for this weekend, and they look like they're going to be fully ready and fully prepared to come back against PSG. Now, if we just heard that today, we'd all be on top of the world. It's absolutely amazing news. We've been eagerly awaiting their returns. All is well. But at Barca, you can't have everything. You can't just celebrate for too long. It doesn't happen here. Something has to go wrong. Now, admittedly, already it's not been exactly perfect for us recently. We have just lost Gavi for 5 months, which was absolutely horrible for everybody concerned. Of course, most of all for the player. Really, really sad still for him. We've also lost Fermin Lopez recently. He's still going to be on the sidelines now for a number of weeks. So we've already lost several key members of the squad already. Can it get worse, though? Well, apparently, yes it can. Because let's start first of all then with Raphinha, who was of course subbed off yesterday against Real Oviedo. Lewandowski came on in his place, and of course Lewandowski had a tremendous impact on the game. And I was, to be honest, a bit surprised though that Raphinha was subbed off at that moment, given we were looking for something, looking for a goal. I was surprised about that. I didn't know at the time whether it was tactical or whether there was an injury problem. But then after the game, we did hear concern from the club, concern from Hansi Flick. He basically said that Raphinha had some pain in his right leg, and now this morning he did not train with the rest of the group. He actually stayed inside, he stayed behind there, and only worked out in the gym today, which is never ever a good sign. And indeed right now we do have the official confirmation from the club. Barca have confirmed Raphinha does have an injury, and he will be sidelined for the next 3 weeks of action. And of course what that means here in terms of the fixtures that we have to come, I mean, this is the tricky bit, because not only is he out at the weekend against Real Sociedad, now Real Sociedad right now, they're not playing particularly well, they're down towards the bottom of the league, that shouldn't be too much of an issue, but where the problem does come in, it's looking at that massive game to come against PSG next Wednesday. Raphinha is out of that game. And when you think back to last season in the Champions League, and indeed previous meetings that we've had against PSG, he has been so instrumental to this team. So to miss him, be without his effort, both on and off the ball, it's a massive blow. And Raphinha will also be out for the Sevilla game after that too. And of course then we have the October international break. I mean, I know we're already talking about another international break this early in the season. Now, you wouldn't expect him to go away on that there with Brazil. We're going to keep him here. Let's have him fully recovered. But Raphinha being out for 3 weeks, given the games that we have to come, that's a massive blow, and it is unexpected. Yesterday it didn't seem to be too much of a problem, but these injuries, they can be hurtful. They can be really impactful, and at the worst kind of time. And again, it's pretty cruel. We just got Yamal back, and now we've lost another key member of the attacking part of our team. And what I would also just say right now, guys, with this injury to Raphinha that follows on from the injury to Yamal, every single game that passes by, the Rashford signing looks better. It looks more intelligent. It looks more well thought out from the club. Because you've got to say, if this was last season and we're missing Yamal for an extended period, then we're missing Raphinha, we are in massive trouble in those wider areas. We really are. We lacked a lot of depth in those wider areas. So actually here, to have Rashford performing well, looking good, looking confident, being involved here in goals, it's great for the club, and it couldn't be coming at a better time. And there's also going to be as well, you'd imagine, more emphasis on players like Rooney Bardghji, maybe on Tony Fernandes or Dro as well when he comes back from injury. So everybody here is going to have to step up, especially if Raphinha is going to be out for at least the next 3 games. And yet again, you're there thinking, you're all thinking it, we're all been thinking it all day, can it get worse? Nothing else is coming, nothing else is going to go wrong, is it? And then you just see Joan Garcia injured. And my first thought was, I nearly fell off my chair. I was thinking, how? Where is this coming from? How is this all happening right now? And then you're just waiting for what's wrong with him. What kind of injury does he have? How long are we going to be without him? Is it going to be 1 game, 2, 3, 4, 5? And then you start hearing words like meniscus, knee problem, knee injury, and you're thinking, no, we've heard enough about the meniscus, we've heard enough about the knee, we've just spoken about the fact we've lost Gavi, he went in under surgery, of course, he's had problems with the knee, we don't want to talk about the meniscus anymore. Now, Joan Garcia, it's been confirmed by the club, he has suffered from a tear of the medial meniscus in his left knee. Now, apparently tomorrow he will undergo, and again, an arthroscopic procedure performed there. He's going to go under surgery, and the estimated recovery time, the club say, is between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how he recovers. Now, we're going to talk about the games that he could miss in a moment, but what I will say is, I just want that surgery to go well tomorrow. Because again, with Gavi, I guess I'm a bit scarred right now. We're all a bit scarred. We thought with Gavi, he's going in there for minor surgery. It's going to be arthroscopic surgery, nothing major. We're going to be talking about weeks. We're not going to be talking about months. And then we saw what happened with him. Now, bear in mind, Gavi, though, had a previous knee problem. He'd already had issues with the ACL and the meniscus before, so that, of course, caused complications. Now, hopefully with Joan Garcia here, he's just going to be okay. That's the first thing. I don't know how all of this has come about. I think it's incredibly unlucky. It really hurts given how well he has been. He has been brilliant so far in his Barca career. But let's take that there at face value from the club. If he's out for 4 weeks, if he's out for a month there, he is right around the Clasico in terms of his return. It looks unlikely now that he will play against Real Madrid. That game looks as though it's going to come too soon for him. He's going to miss every game right up until then. Now, if he's out for 6 weeks, we're talking about November. We're talking about him actually not returning there until after the November international break. So forget there about the October one. We are right the way into November. So this here, it's a serious problem. Any time that you're talking about the knee, any time that you're talking about the meniscus, your heart's going. You're worried. It's certainly here a massive concern for us fans. And to lose such an important player, again, the big games that we have to come, you want your number one keeper. You want the player who's been so brave, who's really performed in the big moments so far. I'm gutted to lose Joan Garcia right now. Of course, we have Szczesny to come in. We know what we're going to get from him. He played all the Champions League games last season. He's highly experienced. He's going to be ready. The kind of attitude and the personality that he has. He's going to step up. He's going to be ready. He's not going to be nervous about stepping up here in place of Joan Garcia. But I'm just gutted to lose him. I really am. I just didn't expect this today. I didn't think this is something that's going to happen. Of course, we don't plan for these things. They can happen to any player at any time. But boy, does it seem cruel, and boy, does it seem right now. We've had a tough week. We really have had a tough week with so many injury problems, and specifically ahead of our next big game coming up against PSG. This is far from ideal. But indeed, guys, speaking about that PSG game right here, can I just say, they've got a lot of issues of their own. You know, it's not just Barca here who are going through these injury problems. Right now we're hearing from the French media, Dembele is out of the game against Barcelona. Marquinhos as well, we're hearing this morning. He is also now ruled out. Doué is a real doubt for the game. And João Neves right now is still not 100%. They don't know if he's going to be involved or not. So for PSG right there, there's several key players that for them may not be available. And can I just say, this for me is a wider issue with the game right now. When you're looking at these kinds of matchups, UEFA told us all when they reinvented the Champions League, oh, we're giving you the games that you want. We are giving you the biggest matchups, the biggest ties. Can I just say to UEFA, that means nothing if we don't get to see these teams at their strongest. It means nothing to get these matchups when you are ruining the players with the amounts of games, with the amounts of club games, with the amounts of international games. If we don't get to see the best against the best, these matchups mean nothing. You know, we wanted to see a full-strength Barca against a full-strength PSG, but already this season, we're only a few games in, and it's injuries galore on both sides, and that is not what we want. It's only going to get worse, you'd imagine, as the season gets on, and this is the way that it's going in football right now. The calendar is unsustainable. You are going to get injury after injury after injury. The players are not machines. They are not robots. I know that so many of our players, they look like machines. They play like robots, but they're not. They are humans, and they will break down if you overwork them consistently, guys. So please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Injuries are frustrating. They are annoying. It's not what we want to be talking about, but do let me know how you're feeling ahead of that PSG game, and what do you make of the modern football calendar? Is it sustainable? Can we continue like this? Or are we going to see more and more and more injuries? I will see you soon, guys, for that full reaction video to everything we saw yesterday against Oviedo, and also building up to the weekend's game against Real Sociedad. Thank you indeed here for joining me. I will catch you soon, but until next time, as always, Vasca, El Barça.